Our assumption in life is that if things are hurting, if we are in pain, then we are being punished and we are being given some consequences to our actions, which is sometimes right. Because if we have accumulated negative karma over our life and we have done things that we maybe should not have, and which is normal, by the way, to be able to accumulate negative karma is completely normal. It's expected in a human life. It is bound to happen. Getting over that self, which causes all these negative accumulations, is our purpose in life. So, yes, when life sometimes feels painful, it is, and it could be either you receiving the payback on what you have given out in the world. Let's say if you have, let's not go into examples. Let's just say that whatever negative energy has gone out, now it is coming back to be rectified to create a zero balance. So that is fine. And other times when we feel that maybe we are hurting because we are being punished is not completely true. Sometimes we hurt because life is trying to get us out of situations where we do not fit. Sometimes life pushes us out of places by making it uncomfortable. It's like being put on a stove and the heat starting to slowly turn up. Initially, it would be warm, it would be comfortable, it would feel fine, it would feel normal, maybe even pleasant. But over time, when we have prayed for something, this does not happen involuntarily. What does that mean? Life will not put you into better situations when you have not asked for them. Sometimes we do not ask for us to be pulled out of situations, which means that if we are stuck in a negative loop, we start to get comfortable in that negative loop and we do not choose to change it because we get used to the negativity and we start making it our home. So life will give you free will at that point. It will not interfere with your plans. But the moment you feel restless, the moment you feel uncomfortable, the moment you start praying for a resolution, a solution, the prayer does not need to be a literal prayer. It could be just a wish, a hope going floating into the universe, or you just visualizing a better life for yourself. You just visualizing yourself in a place where you are comfortable, you are happier, or you being able to see that reality in some way, shape, or form is a prayer into the universe. Our words, our prayers, you don't need to sit. We can, and it would be wonderful if we did. But everything we send out into the world is a prayer. So whether we send out a negative form of prayer or a positive form of prayer. So sometimes life feels painful because that is not supposed to be your life, but we have kind of put our claws in and we have held on to it so tightly that now it has started to hurt and now it has started to become painful because we are being helped out of a situation we wanted to get out of. Nobody else. The universe wants good things for us, but it will not push us into places where we have not asked to go. So, if we have prayed for better life, if we have prayed for a situation where we are comfortable, it will slowly turn up the heat and it will go slow. Why? Because it doesn't want to hurt you or it doesn't want to jar you, it doesn't want to shock you out of that place. It will make things slowly more difficult. And sometimes we start thinking, oh, I'm being punished. Oh, why is life so harsh to me? Why are things so tough for me? Why is my life so such a like monotonous, dull? Like I do not even want so much from life, but see how it becomes so difficult for me. At the same time, we don't realize that the heat is turning up because we're expected to jump out. We don't jump out because I don't know, Stockholm syndrome. We get comfortable, sitting in a place where we do not belong, we make it our home. We start thinking of the people who are not our people as our people. And we start thinking that just because we have invested a lot of time in something, that maybe we should keep on continuing. And then situations, if you have prayed for it, will become slightly more tougher, slightly more tougher, slightly more tougher, until there comes a point where you will say, enough. I don't like it anymore. I don't want to be here. It's disrespectful. I don't deserve this. We decide at what point we choose to make that jump and how high the heat needs to go. That is completely up to us. Whether the disrespect is small or whether it needs to be huge. But if you have been disrespected in a huge way, it has not been to punish you, it has been to take you out of a situation that was drowning you. Your oxygen was about to get cut off, and God did not want you to suffocate. So that was the reason why situations came up. Has life ever, if you asked yourself this question, has life over the years gotten better or worse? Look back 5 years from now, go back 5 years and think, is life right now better or worse? Now go back further, maybe 10 years back from this point, and think, has life gotten better or worse? Life always gets better. It always gets better. It always gets simpler. It always heals itself. And we are expected to help with that flow. Sometimes we disrupt it because our own belief systems, our own values, maybe the people that we spend a lot of time with, those people's opinions, those people's belief systems tend to make ourselves feel that maybe we do not deserve a better life. And instead of helping life, enabling life, we start blocking it. We start making it an enemy. We start thinking that how could life get better for me? It has never gotten better for me. It has only gotten worse. Even though the worst parts of our life are much smaller than the good parts of our life. And the only time life actually gets worse is when we ask it to get worse because we want to get out of situations. So we decide when we jump out of that hot water and how hot it needs to get. We can tune into our intuition and we can jump out faster, or we can keep on ignoring our intuition, that inner voice, that small voice that tells you, this is not it. I don't feel comfortable here, or I feel disrespected, or that was disrespect. That voice, it will start really early, really before even you get into situations, before you get into places, before you get familiar with the people that are maybe here to give you your karmic balances. But the voice will always be with you. It will always tell you. Look back on difficult points in your life and think, did I always know that place was not my place? Did I always know that that relationship was not my relationship? Or did I always have a feeling, small feeling, but a feeling that I was stepping into hot waters? Did I always know? And if you did, then this is not a time to judge yourself or put yourself down or be unkind to yourself, because how will you heal if you are also being unkind to yourself? As when we have children, then children get hurt, they tend to keep on playing with the wound, right? They, let's say a mosquito bites them, they start keep on scratching, keep on scratching, keep on scratching. And what do we teach them? We teach them that leave it alone, right? Do not exacerbate it, do not make it worse, because once you make it worse, now you will definitely get a scar. Secondly, you will get a wound. Now that small bite will become a wound, and now that wound will take longer to heal. So why can't we do that for ourselves? Why can't we tell ourselves to leave ourselves alone? Why can't we tell ourselves to be kind to ourselves? So if you realize that, yes, these situations that you were in, or these situations that you are in right now, were always meant to unfold the way that they have unfolded, that is not a moment to say, but I have invested so much, so I can't make a change. You decide how hot the water needs to get. You decided. So, what do we do now? Do we slowly start to build a bridge to get out of the water? Or do we ignore it and move on and say, no, what I'm feeling is incorrect and the life that I have is fine? If it is fine, great. If it is fine, then don't change it. Okay. But if you feel that there is some part of you that says, I don't feel okay, then you are not being punished. You are being told that this is not your life. It is always a blessing. Life always blesses you, it doesn't punish you. I used to think when people used to say that, oh, God is a parent and God is like a parent, I used to feel, oh no, I hope it was a friend and not a parent. But sadly, it's a parent. So what do we do now? Because parents are human, right? I was reading this book that said we humans have become so egotistical that we have formed God in the image of human, but God is not formed in the image of the human being. It is we are formed in the image of God. So God is not human because human is flawed. And it is normal for human beings to be flawed. It is normal for human beings to make mistakes. It is normal for us to accumulate negative karma. It is normal. It is expected that it will happen. How much you let it become a problem depends on you. How much worse you let it become depends on you. But at the same time, everything is fine. Do not make the problem bigger. Do not judge yourself now, question yourself. And I see that because I've done it. It's not because there is judgment here. There is no judgment here. Uh, We tend to see everything looks clearer in hindsight. When we look back on something that happened 10 years ago, we have such clarity. Now we can give a whole presentation about how things went wrong. But it can only happen because it happened long time back. And now we see the whole scenario. But right now, when you are in that situation, you do not have the power of hindsight. You can't look back and say, oh, this is what had happened. So stop being unkind to yourself. You did the best in that moment because in this moment, you are doing your best. If in this moment you're doing your best, there's a good chance that all your life you did your best and that's all you were required to do. Everything in life that has come to us, it has come to us to teach us. It has come to us to make us into that person who will have the capacity to hold the life that we deserve. And we deserve a lot. Sometimes we think, oh, if I let God in, maybe, sometimes we get the wrong message. We start to think that, oh, God will tell me to be happy with what I am, and He will not let me grow in the pace that I want to grow. Maybe I want a lot more from life, but maybe religious organizations or even spiritual organizations will want me to be less. They will say that be happy with less, be sustained with less. And that is not true. God does not want you to have less. Your viewpoint and God's viewpoint is vastly different. What is less for you is very small for Him. Very small for Him because what He can say, His own viewpoint. Like when we travel, we get a new access to a new world and we are able to catch things and understand things. We're able to see the enormity, the bigness of the world. And suddenly, what we have, and suddenly, what we are holding starts to look small, whether it is in accomplishments, whether it is in love, whether it is in respect, whether it is in discipline, whatever that we see in whatever country that we are going to. we start to see our own limitness. We start to see our own limitations. God has no limitations. He does not see big as big, He sees big as small. So He wants huge things for you. He wants fantastic, gigantic things for you, especially if you're the kind of person who works in their alignment when what you say, what you do, and what you feel is connected, it is aligned. That is when God wants you to have more and more and more, because when things will come to you, when things will flow to you, you will use them the right way. So you decide what life you want. You can stop, you can pause wherever you feel comfortable. You can, there is a huge life waiting for you, and all of them exist from the smallest to the biggest. All of those yous exist in, from this point, this point, this point, this point. All of your different realities exist. The reality you choose is the reality you can exist in, but a higher version of you also exists.